Welcome to the Slouch Theory. Oh, Slouch Theory. Slouching.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! What the fuck is happening? I don't know. Whatever. That's not important. That's not fucking important. Oh, you're. Yo, I can't hear you, bro. Oh, it's connecting to audio. Your shit lagging.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Fuck yeah. What up, boy?
Still here, not dead.
What's good, bro? Yeah, still here, not dead. That's great. I mean, that's one way to put it. You make it sound like a fucking war veteran or something.
Oh, I'm just.
You feel like you went through a war?
The pandemic, or you mean just like with that?
No, I'm saying like you, because it doesn't matter what the fuck's going on outside. Like, do you feel like you just fucking fucking survived the war, son?
Yeah, I do. 2 million people gone. I mean, this is the easiest war I ever had to fight. Really, all I had to do was cover my mouth and.
True. Can you hear that right now?
What? Did it stop?
Like, do you hear like a loud saw of any kind?
Oh, that was probably the sink being used. My bad.
Oh, so you didn't hear anything on my end?
No.
Now, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
Why?
Because at this very moment, there's some serious fucking construction going on at my house. And it's fucking, when I say it's ringing, I can hear this bitch crazy. It's ringing. And you not hearing it means it's not being recorded through this microphone, which makes me very much impressed with this microphone.
It's a hell of a microphone.
This is insane. But yo, I'm fucking happy to see you, man.
Happy to see you too, Dre.
I'm fucking happy to see you, bro. I feel you, man. Yeah. I remember you told me you had not. I don't think you didn't say that you had COVID. You had some type of experience though. That was some serious shit.
Oh, I had pneumonia. I had like
pneumonia.
Really yeah, in March. Yeah, I was really sick.
Which is
I was fucked up.
Damn.
I had one of those like, what do you call it? Like when you fucking go to sleep and like your life flashes before your eyes type shit.
Wow, some altering shit.
Yeah, the worst part was I wasn't even the nigga. I wasn't starring in it. It was Sinbad. He was playing me. In my own death movie, I wasn't even the star. I was like, ain't that a bitch? It was my life, but Sinbad was doing everything I did. I was fucked up.
All right, so now y'all understand why I'm so happy to see this nigga. This nigga is funny as a motherfucker, bro. It's ridiculous. Sinbad starring as me when I was dying.
My life starring Sinbad.
Damn. Word. Oh shit. Yeah, that's some deep shit, man. That's pivotal.
Hell yeah, it changed the way I looked at shit about everything going on right now. You know.
Any insight you would like to share? Wisdom you would like to part with, share,
it might sound
amongst the others, masses.
It might sound depressing, but I realized throughout this whole entire event. So I don't know if I get my news from World Star Hip Hop. News from World Star Hip Hop. So if you are technically one of us World Star aficionados, you know that the first time you pretty much heard about the coronavirus was December before it happened here in America.
Nah, I heard about that bitch in March 2020. Is when I was like, wait a minute, what got it shut down? Who did what to where?
There was
a bat, nigga. What? I was fucked up, nigga. I ain't know nothing.
Yeah, if you go back, you can look at the videos now. There were people in China posting videos like something's coming, and I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I was like, these niggas ain't lying. I was like, these people
But
are
that's like intelligence though, because you knew to be plugged in, to be tapped into something.
Oh, I stay
You know
on
what I'm
top.
saying? Like some people would be ignoring that.
So that's my point. I saw this in December, right? So I started showing it to people. I was like, yo, something big is coming, right? And every single person I showed it to, my first mistake probably was because they were white or Jewish. Mistake. But then when I showed it to them, they were like, nigga, you're insane. Like, I remember the look that people gave me.
That
Like,
I understand that idea now a lot. That sentiment of you conveying a message that you thought through. That this is not a sloppy message. This is something that you have substance with. You spent time with this before you departed with this. And people go, you out your fucking mind. So I understand that idea now.
yeah.
I reached that point too. I've understand that. I've experienced something similar.
I call that the Noah point.
The fucking first, wow, I get it.
Yeah, where it's like, hey, nigga, like you might want to get on this boat. Like he's like, even if you think I'm crazy, like nigga, like come on, like nobody builds a boat and collects animals for no reason.
Yeah,
you know, everyone was like, man, fuck you, it don't rain. We in California, it ain't never gonna rain here. And you know, that's what happened. I was sending them the videos, and then the next thing you know, March rolled around, and they were like, oh my god, like this is shutting down. And I was like, yeah. And I remember I was at Caroline's. And there was like a bunch of other comics there, and it was like, "You think we're not gonna be performing for a while?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" When's the last time they shut down Broadway? Like they don't shut down Broadway. Them niggas had the AIDS epidemic, and they still was performing. Like it ain't me.
That's true.
You know? Like they don't shut down anything. So that happened, and what that has taught me through this whole thing is that really, I can't help anybody. Like if I saw a fire, or if I just came out of the bank and I was like, "Don't go in there." There's a dude in there shooting motherfuckers right now.
Wow.
But they were like, I don't care. I got to cash my check. I couldn't help them. I really couldn't. If they don't see it with their own eyes,
yeah,
like you can't help people. And it's really sad.
Wow. This is now I'm a sound or whatever. I don't even know what the word is. Like what we woo or some bullshit. But I feel like some universe shit made me hear you say that right now. That sounds extremely like important.
Yeah.
What's the word? Pertinent to this time. It sounds like that. Like in this juncture of the fucking story. You know what I'm saying? Like, bang, that's what I needed.
Pay attention, it's gonna come back later in the movie.
Some shit like that. That's what it felt like just now. I was like, woo. It's crazy, man. It really is wild. And it's like, say that.
If people don't want to believe you, there's nothing you can do.
It's a wild fucking thing. I had a recent experience where, you know, like I the pandemic happened, right? And it's happening.
Yeah.
And everyone isn't experiencing the pandemic the same way.
Right.
To the same degree, to the same effect. And people aren't understanding that position in it. They're not seeing their role. Like if you are fortunate enough to experience the pandemic in a certain fashion, it means you have a responsibility to that, in a sense. There's something if you allowed to be doing something, there's a reason, yo. Like, don't fuck that up.
Yeah.
Don't fuck that up. You got a bag in a. That's another thing. People really have a difficulty understanding what money is because they only think of money in the form of the currency that they grew up with. You know what I mean? Like, if it's not green money in their hand, they don't understand money. Like, mad shit is money.
Yeah.
That's why I love the people will see it and call it probably like a hood term or some shit, but like when niggas be in the park working out on the monkey bars or the bars on the public parks and shit,
yeah,
they usually call it getting money or getting good money. I'm about to go get some money right now, and it's like it's a term for really an understanding. Like it's truly them understanding what investments mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so,
I know.
Man, it's just like
I know more than you think. Like this pandemic, I'll tell you what happened last year. I was playing basketball. I had everything shut down, so I was like, I gotta try and stay in some kind of shape. But it was the pandemic, and nobody was outside except for like homeless dudes.
Yeah.
And so I was just playing homeless dudes in basketball.
Hilarious.
And one dude I was playing, he was teaching me. He's like, helped me try and improve my shot. And he just straight up said it. He was like, I told him I was a comedian and shit. And then he was like, do you play the stock market? And I was like, no. And he's like, why not? I was like, because I don't know anything about the stock market. And he was like, what do you mean you don't know anything about the stock market? He said, look at all that shit you wearing. He said, look at this ball. Everything that you see, everything you see that has a logo on it is the stock market. And when he said that to me, like you said, it opened the key, like a door in my brain where I was like, this nigga has no money, but he knows more about money than I do. Like he knows just to pay attention and see shit and be like, yeah, and this is like the story I try and tell everybody. Where it's like, it's called the crazy story. It's like, if I could tell, it's like one quick second. It's like the best way I could put it is, all right, so there's this guy, right? He's got a Rolls Royce. He's driving down the street, gets a flat tire. He has to stop in front of an insane asylum, right? In front of the insane asylum, there's a guy smoking a cigarette. He gets scared, so he starts trying to change the tire real fast. And he takes off like 3 of the lug nuts of the busted tire. And then the guy with the cigarette is smoking is coming towards him, the crazy guy. Yeah. And then he gets scared. He drops 3 of the lug nuts. And then now he's like, oh shit, what the fuck am I going to do? Then the crazy guy gets next to him. And he's like, why don't you just take off 1 lug nut from each of the other tires and put it back on that one when you switch it? And then the guy with the Rolls Royce was like, damn, man. He was like, that's pretty smart. What are you doing here? Yep. And the guy with the cigarette, the crazy guy, looked at him like, I'm crazy. I'm not stupid. Mm-hmm. And like, that's what people forget. It's like, people who are homeless are not dumb. Yeah. They just had a really rough fucking time. Like what you said about you're not realizing your role in this pandemic. Yeah. Like when that guy said that to me, that opened a door in my head. And then I had the thought of what you had, which is money is made up. Yeah. Like money is made up. Like, so when someone goes to rob someone, they're robbing you for someone else's imagination.
He's trying to steal an idea.
Yeah, the nigga coming up to you like, yo, man, let me get that symbolism, Dre. Yeah. Like basically that's what
he's an identity. Doing. That's how they sell everything they sell to people that they sell it to. You don't feel cool already. You not cool. Mm-hmm. You don't like yourself. You don't like your ideas. You not cool.
Right.
But this thing is, and it costs $799.95. And if you find enough of these green shits to get that $799.95, you can buy yourself, your lame ass, some cool now.
Yep. Well, really, we all know it's renting it because the shit doesn't last forever.
It don't last. So real quick rent.
You paying $800 for rent.
Deal.
Yeah, to rent something. And so when he said that shit about the stock market, I got into like looking at what's happening. Like, because at first I was scared about the virus. Mm-hmm. Then I got over that, and then I started to pay attention to the money of like what's going on. Yeah, and like looking at all this shit, like, you know, the Fed just printed $3 trillion last year. Mm-hmm. Like more than 3 trillion. That means like 1/5 of all the money that has ever been printed in the history of like the world, or basically, has been printed last year. Which is like basically, you know, money's made up. So the more you have of it, it causes inflation. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, a beef patty is going to cost you $3,000 now. It's like it ain't worth shit anymore. And I've been like, okay, the virus is still here, but what happens to all these motherfuckers that didn't pay rent for these past 2 years? They're not just gonna pay for no reason. It's like, what happens when it's time to collect? Like, where is the money going? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, they gave us all a bunch of stimulus checks, but they wouldn't give us $15 an hour. Yeah. There's a reason for that shit. Mm-hmm. Because like stimulus check is once, twice a year. This is
Exactly. And they know majority of the people are gonna fuck off that entire stimulus,
yep.
or that entire stimulus goes to an immediate need.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't even exist. Either way, there's gonna be one or two parties where it doesn't get to exist. Either the person is so stupid they just fuck it off immediately
Mm-hmm.
and then have nothing tangible to show for it. Or then the other one is they're in a situation and then the situation eats it and have nothing to show for it.
Yeah. And that's why they tried to starve it so long before they gave it to you. Because they
To
almost
make sure you was in a predicament of
even
some
then,
sort.
they wanted you spending it in your head before you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they kept saying another one's coming. We don't know. It might be another 2,000, and then it was 600. And then later on, he gave you the other 1,400 or whatever it was. But it was like you were already spending money that you didn't even have yet, which is the greatest thing to do, is to go like, before this, I even give this motherfucker money, he's gonna give it back to me.
Oh man.
Yeah, I always say that, like, when they say like, oh, white people aren't creative, I'm like, no, the most creative white people are just in the evil business. They don't make music. They just figure out how to be
And in
evil.
the times that they had creations that could benefit society, they shut it down so they can make more greenback shit.
Oh yeah.
They could have easily changed some fuel systems hundreds of years ago.
I mean, yeah, they're trying to kill
Decided,
Tesla. They hate that motherfucker.
come on, bro. Come on now. It was like you almost it's a wild thing and that's the other thing about intelligence. And when people feel like they've become intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people feel like once they've gone to what's deemed as higher education,
Mm-hmm.
they've become intelligent now. And you can't buy intelligence, no matter what the fuck school, you can't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot actually purchase what it is to have a functioning mind. To be like, so these people, you'll be like, wow, he's a JP Morgan is a fucking mastermind, genius, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, it's the same thing with confidence. Like you can have situational confidence. A comedian can display confidence on stage, talk to hundreds of people, tell all kind of vulnerable secrets and yada, yada, yada. But if it was come time to say excuse me or to defend themselves in a small situation one-on-one, there's no confidence.
Yeah.
And it's like that same situation is applied to actual intelligence or ability. Fucking man, wow, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is I mean, I don't know how you feel about everything that's going on. I don't even know how you feel about comedy, what's happening with it. But I'm like, it feels like we're like about to turn some page or some shit on the book. Where I'm like,
Yeah, it's definitely a pivotal thing going on, and people are seeing who are figures in that pivot.
right.
It's becoming more and more evident of what's going to be lasting past this point, or at least find the ability to adapt or evolve.
That's what
I'm
it feels
saying?
like you gotta adapt, or
Like,
like you said, evolve.
see, people have a thing where this is gonna sound like some shit that I've heard or wrote or planned or whatever. I did not. It's like they marry their fucking failures. They like I've done this thing for this amount of time,
Yeah.
and this is what I do now. I know they be in the back of their shit, all in the cerebellum, down in the cords, is giving them the information of fucking stop.
Yeah, the cerebral cortex.
And they just like, I can't. I've been doing this for this long.
Yeah.
I gotta rock out on this.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, it's way better to say my fucking bad. I did not know. If everybody can admit that this is everyone's first try, this is everybody's first trip.
Yeah.
even if you believe in reincarnation, the faculty is that you do not have the entire memory the same way you will retain memory of conscious life.
Yeah.
So it's still your first fucking go. You don't know nothing.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like it's your first go.
I saw a whale, a dead baby whale in California, and I was like, I think in my past life, I was a depressed whale that beached itself. I'm definitely one of these things, but I didn't know that till I saw him on the beach, and I was like, yeah, this is me. This is me right here.
Oh, fuck.
White people out there just running up, slapping me, playing shit on acoustic, playing shit on the guitar, like "Fish don't kill my vibe, fish don't kill my vibe." I'm like, that's me. All right, 1 second, 1 minute.
Hell yeah. Alexander Payne is one of my favorite fucking people. Brief intermission, people. We'll be right back. Yeah. All right, we back. All right, bro. Yes. So yeah, you're a beached whale.
Yep.
I feel you. You know what? Like, I've had some moments where now like I'm thinking of connection to creatures like animals or insects, anything like that. And now I'm thinking about it, I had a few. So one,
Right.
I definitely feel a thing for like pit bulls or like the dogs that are deemed as pit bulls.
Right.
Because of their societal outlook.
Right.
Because of their body, because of their capability,
Yeah.
people fear them.
Right.
Literally, that's it. It's not a guarantee of what they will do with their power. It's just that people know that they have power, and because of that, they're afraid, so they treat them all kinds of fucked up ways.
Yeah.
So for that, I always felt a thing for pit bulls. Like I had pit bulls growing up. When I was able to choose when I was, having a dog, I had a pit bull. Like I can't have them no more because the insurance and all of this for the house and everything. So I can't do that right now in my current stand. But like when I'm wild rich, I'm gonna have me a pit because I feel a fucking kinship to pit bulls, bro. Like I know how to, I kind of, it sounds stupid to say, but I kind of feel like I know how it feels to be that, where it's like people look at you and be like, he could snap my neck. So because of that, I'm gonna treat this nigga crazy. It's like, yo, what the fuck?
Which is ironic because you've had pit bulls. My brother has some. When I was back with him, living with him and his dogs and stuff, it's like they're the most loyal dogs.
Absolutely.
Love their owners so much to the point where you be like, God damn, I can't believe people are afraid of this motherfucker. Like, the love is what I'm afraid of. It's too much. Like,
because if anybody try you,
yeah,
it's over for them.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I remember one time I was talking to some comic friends of mine, and you were talking about like our relationships. It was like a serious moment.
Mm-hmm.
And like I shared a bit of a vulnerability. I remember the statement where I was like, it was something along the lines, and I remember the words where I was like, I'm ready to weaponize myself for somebody I love.
Yeah.
And then they heard, comics, they hear the word weaponize and chuckle. Whoa.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm saying it because I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know the definitions of these words, and I know why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to have my eyes change that color.
Yeah.
For somebody that I love. Like, if the moment calls for it, like, I would never want life to go there. But if God forbid something type of energy goes there, and I gotta go on for one of mine, it's go time. Which comes with a signing of contracts in a sense.
Yeah.
You understand what that comes with.
What
if you're operating correctly.
Is what Malcolm X was talking about. He was like, we will kill for our women. We'll do anything for our women. And I mean, he said that, back in the 60s, but because you're Dre, they're gonna laugh at you and they're not hearing it out of his voice.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, that's good. I'd rather people laugh because that lets me operate in this modern world correctly. You know what I'm saying? If they were laughing at Malcolm, you'll still be here. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually a good point. Yeah. If more people were like, this nigga's
This
hilarious,
thing is hilarious.
he never would have got
Malcolm
shot.
would be fine. He'd be paid than a motherfucker.
He would be. He's like, I'm trying to give him some truth, but these motherfuckers keep laughing.
They just keep laughing at me. So, hey, chuckle, nigga. Call me a joke. Fucking leave me alone and send me checks. That's all I need in my mail. You understand? All right.
It's hard to keep a sniper rifle steady when you're laughing.
Like, right? Like, this nigga is good.
Yeah.
Shooting all kind of birds out the sky. Can't hit me. I'm having a good time.
He's like, I'm fogging up the lens. I can't even.
Fucking put your gun down, stupid. Grab a drink and a joint. Join in the fun. Have a good fucking time. But yeah, it's like, man, I've been using this time that I've been allotted,
right,
to try to change shit.
Like what?
To try to like download new software, basically. Upgrades.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've made it a point to try things that I wasn't trying before, or to like rekindle things that was happening in the innocence of my youth. You know what I'm saying? Like when you just going for shit because you was just going for it.
Yeah.
You seen something in the movie and you were just like, wow, I'm gonna try that tonight.
Yeah.
And then your little goofy ass is meditating, thinking that you Goku, but you don't realize you actually doing something for your little body. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
You're just having fun watching a cartoon.
Yeah. Just
but it's like, yeah, like putting things into practice on a conscious level, like trying to not be trash is what I've used the time to do.
Yeah, you're trying to grow.
Essentially, that's been the entire project. Operation Let's Not Be Trash. I'm this big ass garbage can and I'm just trying to clean up, like I'm scraping off the fucking graffiti on my shit. I'm taking out garbage. I'm trying to like sort it, put the recycle in the right spots, trying to upgrade, you know what I mean? And eventually the trash ain't trash no more. It might be fucking around, be a garden out this bitch.
Yeah. And behind you're like, oh, there was a Banksy here. Did you know?
Like, wow, who knew?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
That's it. Trying to download new software. I felt like, prior I was operating off of it's really like looking at a computer or whatever. If you have a certain level of software and it's operating on that, but trying to run around with new things, it fucks up all the time.
Yeah.
Literally look at your technology. If you have old software and you're trying to run a new piece of software that has that's upgraded and is running on the highest standard of 2021, seeking its level to 2022 already, and you're running some shit from way back and you realize it's gonna have mad issues.
Right.
It's gonna be lagging. It's gonna respond to shit wrong. Look at it like a video game, bro. If you playing it and it lags, you shoot, right? But because the lag, your shot goes off and hits something the fuck else. In the real world, that's happening. But now you have to deal with that thing you hit.
Yeah.
It's just like, you got to update that software if you want to fucking start being able to hit your targets right, yo.
I mean, that's what it feels like right now. Is like, again, not everyone's trying to update their software,
which
but
is fucking nuts to me.
Well, because
watch people who have access, and I mean access, and it's like, use it. Fuck.
Yeah, they have access, but like you said it yourself, like, if you're a computer and you're trying to fix yourself, not software, but your brain is your hardware, where it's like you were born with that, like you said, intelligence. You can't change that. You can't change the spectrum.
You can upgrade what you have. So put it this way. every piece of machinery has degrees of its operating level, where that machine can, a machine from 1981 can run today optimally if operated correctly.
Yeah, but you need
That's
to
all it
know.
is. So it's the same thing where it's like, understand what machine you are, understand the task you available to do, and upgrade on what you can do. Because fuck, if you have a computer, computers will even tell you to what level they can be upgraded to. So you could still, you operating at whatever you operating at, doesn't mean you can't get a couple levels up. Look at your machine. People be looking at other shit.
Well, that's
Like
what
I
I'm
was sitting. Now I'm gonna let me finish this one thing because I just thought of it. My sister is doing some, like, she's like a business type of class thing
yeah,
where she's in this class and there's these two students struggling in the class because they have MacBooks,
right.
and this is some type of like very bit, the way she's described it is a business. Everybody else has these Windows things and yada yada yada. And
Yeah,
then I looked, but it was like a thing where I started to realize where um a lot of creative spaces operate with MacBooks and Apple stuff.
yeah,
And then a lot of like heavy classic structure, IBM is the standard. Like
right.
when you're talking about like you're on Wall Street, the shit that's inside the office is a fucking IBM.
Yeah,
It's Microsoft.
yeah,
So these kids are failing in this class not because they're stupid, but because they're operating with the incorrect machinery.
right.
So if they, it's the same shit where anybody can do that. Like, look at what you have and use your shit correctly.
Yeah, but I think that's the struggle. Is you're at, it's like, the biggest lies are committed 6 inches in front of the mirror. You know what I mean? Like, to really look at yourself and go, I'm not where I want to be because of me, really, not because of anyone else. Like, well, I don't know what you believe in. You believe in God or science or whatever the fuck, but I'm like,
I believe in
you know,
God.
but I believe in God too. But we're poor, so it's like, God is like our therapist, and like, we
Nah,
didn't have a chance.
I'm saying what Dave Chappelle said. We ain't poor. We broke.
No,
At the
nigga,
current, you know what I'm saying,
of course,
juncture, our
yeah,
minds have our act. You know what money you make. You know how
yeah.
much money you make, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know
But
what I'm saying? You know how much you make.
I realized I was poor when the government started giving me money, and I was like, nigga, I used to think this was a lot of money. And then I got it, and I was like, oh, nigga, I'm poor. Like, if I think this is money, I'm poor. Like, forget broke. I'm not broke, but I definitely in my mind realized what I thought was a lot of money.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Shit. And then I realized too, like, I was thinking about that, like, during all this stuff, like, I believe in God. And I was like, I believe in God, I think, really because of like Biggie. Because he had that album Life After Death.
Okay,
And I was
explain
like,
that.
that
That
shit.
sounds beautiful.
Well, because like, he even this guy had a
Rap
belief.
philosophy is a thing.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where my philosophy has kind of come from. Is
Yes,
from
sir. Let's go there.
that, where I'm like, he could have made any album. He was a smart dude. He could have made an album called Life is an Illusion, but it just doesn't have the same, like, and there's certain truths that as a person. Like, that's why I try and use science for people who like who don't get it, where it's like, even
I
if you
think
believe
they're
it,
attached to what they see physically.
yeah, but even if they are attached to what they see physically, I can still get them, because I go, like, if you believe in science and you believe in Big Bang, then that means that you came from that Big Bang. And
Okay.
that means that your body is basically a bunch of Big Bangs. It's a bunch of atoms that are waiting to explode. So it's like, point that motherfucker where you want to go and blow this bitch up. Like,
That's
you're
great.
a part of
That's
whatever sort
excellent.
of
You're fucking
creation.
awesome. Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, you're a part of it, whether you believe it's God or whether you believe it's the Big Bang. When people don't believe in Jesus, I understand. because I'm like, you gotta think about it this way. Like, even when Jesus was alive back in like,
I don't believe in no little white man doing nothing. I'll tell you that.
even if he was black, right? Or whatever. I have always thought about this idea, like, people probably couldn't believe Jesus the carpenter, let alone Jesus the son of God.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't believe that a guy would come into their house and he's like, let me make you a bookcase. And they're like, nigga, what the fuck is a book? Like, I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
scrolls,
yeah.
you know?
That made me think. I've had the experience of trying to like share art
Yeah.
and not even like on no self-gratifying. It's not even about me, not my art. It's not even nothing I created. Share things that already existed. Just this is some great shit out in the world.
Yeah.
This ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm a fan. I appreciate this.
Yeah.
Try to share that with people, and people be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Turn
Yeah.
this. It's just like, God damn it!
Yeah.
I'm trying to show you there's ways to use your mind.
Yeah.
Look what they taught me. Like, it's not my shit.
Yeah, but it's you're learning the hardest lesson, which is, again, if people don't want to walk in that bank.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying me hearing what you said. Remember, we said this shit a minute. It's the world, the universe telling me it's people. I'm learning. I've had the revelation today that I'm now learning how to listen.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the thing, the title. Like I'm finally learning how my ears work.
Yeah. I get that.
My baseball cap tight, but yeah.
And it's sad. Sometimes it's sad when because you start thinking about where you want to go, and it's like, for Neil Armstrong to go to the moon, that nigga was like, I can't go with everybody. I go with 2 other dudes, and that's about it.
Yep.
Really, truly, it's like you can't do it with everybody. Even if it could be your own mother. You'd be like, Mom, let's go. And they'd be like, I don't want to do that. That shit. That whole.
Like I remember, it's funny you said that because I've been trying to find my mom. Like she used to go to this place for like swimming and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom would always, that's her thing. That was her form of exercise that she was like, all right, this is my thing. This is what I'm into. And she would just go swim and go do laps. That's how she got busy. And then the coronavirus hit.
Yeah.
COVID-19 hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And shut it all down. So no swimming no more. We ain't got no fucking pool. I ain't that rich yet.
Yeah.
So we ain't got no goddamn pool. So mom's is like now being like with an attitude, being like, all right, I guess I can ride this stupid bike sometimes or whatever. And then most of the time she just watch the news. She don't fucking, I'm like trying to like, lady. So I'm thinking of exercises. What can a woman do that's not, strenuous? That's not some crazy intense shit. She can't be throwing no 100-something pound kettlebell around, whatever the fuck, not yet. But she got, you know what I'm saying? So what can she do? I start looking it up. I find Qigong, right? Qigong. I find Qigong, ancient Chinese practice for maintaining one's health for an extremely low cost.
Yeah.
Right? It makes sense when you think about how their population works. It's literally population is tied to the health of the people.
Yeah.
In unison. So the fact that there's an extremely old practice that enables oneself to maintain and have responsibility over one's own health for an extremely low cost. Like, I mean, this is to the point where even if you are homeless, you can still participate with results. This shit, I looked it up. It was like all the way into the communism, like the leaders of the country got to the point where like we're gonna decide whether or not to make Qigong a national practice.
Yeah.
If anybody is from China that knows if I'm wrong, whatever the fuck, let me know. Tell me. All right. We had this discussion. But yes, so I looked this up for my mom's sake. And then I'm like, look, Ma, look what I found. People in their 90s is getting busy doing this, easy, getting results. And then I start doing it with her so that, because, you know, people be like, all right, I want somebody to do it with. So I start doing it with her. And then a couple months pass. What ended up happening is I'm a full Qigong practitioner now. Moms don't even do this shit no more. Nigga, I done got the shoes. I got fucking I got Tiger Ball. I went down to the shop. I got all kind of equipment. And not even all kind of equipment. It's mad cheap. I just got the shoes, the fucking Fuyi shoes. I hope I pronounced it correctly. The little, you ever seen these joints? These little.
Oh yeah.
I've been getting busy in these. And I mean, you can see a little, I've been getting busy. And now this is my whole hobby.
Yeah, but you got there because you were doing it thinking of someone else. You know what I mean? You didn't go like, I want to get in the Qigong. You were like, how can I help my mom and take care of my mother? And the love that was there, it doesn't dissipate. It just gets transferred somewhere else. Just like the dog, where it's like, I love my owner, but if this motherfucker is going to attack him and jeopardize that love,
I can turn that love into something.
Now becomes weaponized into anger and hate. And it's just like anything. Like, you know, you could take someone like Malcolm X. Guy was like angry dude, pimp. He's like, I could weaponize this motherfucker and turn him into someone that could love people.
That same type of energy and slick mouth can be used in a different type of area.
All about transference. All of it, you know?
And then like the law of polarity. And like how like what's the other one? Maybe there's something about like energy where it's like it's one and the same.
Cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred.
Yeah. It's fucking one and the same.
Somewhere out there, Abraham.
And that's something I learned. I mean, the world taught me to shut the fuck up and chill out.
Right.
And I learned how to listen to that message early enough to save my life. Because I used to have the fucking 0 to 100 temper, 0.5, like, you know, it taking nothing but a little bow and I could get there, all the way there, all the way there, all the fucking way there. And there was, you know, some lessons here and there, some examples. I ended up in certain situations. I got suspended enough times. I fucking ended up going into trouble youth programs, and then I started seeing certain friends not be here no more.
Yeah.
And seeing how my brother passed, seeing how certain people in my family that showed, because it's genetic.
Yeah.
You know, I learned a lot about what even a temper is. Like one's ability to have a temper or access to a temper is essentially an energy thing. You have access to energy. It's just that you have no idea how to use it.
Yeah.
Which is why I had such a thing for watch like anime. Ones people that joke about like, oh, anime man stupid. It's like, you don't even understand it.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball Z is huge for anybody who has a temper. If you can understand the message about energy and their source of power and how they become power, all of that shit is just related to what it is to have that on demand shit. So like life in the world, through me seeing how fucking quick I could have ended up, I really could have ended up out of here or locked the fuck down. Like I remember one time this nigga tried to stab me in a church bathroom, and
was this Lucifer nigga? Who was it?
This Jamaican nigga, bro, fellow Jamaican brother. He was also in the youth program, and he wanted to let me know who was the top dog at the time. And some pulled a knife on me when I was peeing at the stall and shit. And
you peeing?
Yeah, bro, pulled a knife on me, man. Said, "Wow, I'm pussy oil." I was like, "Oh shit!"
Holy shit!
So wow, I'm pussy oil, and it gave me the whole shit. Yo, it was like, "Yo, say something." I was like, Nothing, bro. I'm sorry. I just started copping mad, please, nigga. I said sorry
Yeah.
1 million times in a row. I was turning into I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Hell yeah.
Yo, I get out. And then he started laughing at me. Right? He put the knife down. Say, yeah, boss sword. Right? He put the knife down and shit. Put it back in his pants. And then I'm like half done pissing on my pants now. Right?
Yeah.
Like, whoo, close one. Fucking wow. And then and then I clear myself up. I go back to the brotherhood shit, right? I'm sitting in there. I am on 10 tense, nigga. I'm tense. And boy just laughing at me the whole time, dying laughing at me. Every minute he lock eyes on me, start laughing again. And then I look away from him. He lock eyes, he laugh again. I look away. And then shit is over now. We come outside. I'm standing waiting on the bus. The rest of the kids that's in the same program is there. It's late. And now he walking past me. He lock eyes with me again. And he started laughing. But what I noticed, I remember this shit. I noticed I looked at his hands. He had both his hands out. And he's laughing.
Yeah.
And then all I registered is that he has his hands out, and something inside me said, "Think!" I cracked this nigga.
Yeah.
I hit him with my daddy, so I cracked this motherfucker, bro. Decked him. He hit the floor. I picked him up, cracked him again, and I wasn't. This whole Tai Chi is that form of martial arts is brand new to me, but moms knew I was an aggressive child from young. So I've done got kicked out of martial arts schools and shit.
Yeah.
I was practicing the dojo. So like I'm familiar with how to use the limbs in that sense. And got busy. I kneed the nigga in the face. Like he had braces.
Oh,
The
shit.
braces got caught up in the lip and everything. So it was a different story for him. He was on the floor, pulsating and shit. Brothers come out the building. All the mentors come out now, call his moms up. Moms show up, ready to press charges on me. You going to jail. You going to jail. You a monster. You going to jail. Yeah. I'm the monster. I'm going to jail. And then I remember the mentors is like, yo, your son got a knife.
Yeah.
So understand this. Police come. They are both gonna go.
Yeah. Because all you got to say is he got to jail, and they go, "Oh yes, 2 black people going to jail. Fuck yeah, let's get
The
them."
mentors really saved my ass in that situation because they let her understand, hey, sister, your boy is the one with the weapon here.
Yeah.
Somehow this nigga did some damage, but your boy is the one with the weapon here. So if they come, you are correct. They both gonna go. He's going, but your son going with him. And then that's when she was like, all right. And then I think that was like around my last couple times going to that program. But
she was like, "That's my knife too. That's
shit
my
got different.
knife."
I ran to homie years later too. His lip still fucked up.
Really?
Yeah, it was funny. I seen him on the Ave, on Jamaica
Did he
Ave.
recognize you?
Huh?
Did he recognize you?
He came up to me. He was like, he came up to me with peace, dapped me up. And he was talking to me. He's like, yeah, things cool, whatever. And then he points to his lips. He's like, yo, man, now you did this, you know? I was like, oh, shit. Wow. Yeah, man. Shit different. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you don't really think about God till shit is really fucked up.
Ain't that the truth? I had a couple of those moments in my life. And with that being said, I'm gonna need a quick break because I drank some herbal shit today. Okay. I'll tell you later. So I am peeing the crystallis of clear natural springs. Yeah, you know what? Say something, entertain the people, drop your plugs, talk about Uninspired. That's a great show, everybody. Wow.
Yeah, Dre's gonna go pee, and I'll tell you about Uninspired TV. You just go on YouTube, you watch it, Instagram, you watch it. Or you could not do any of those things and you could read a book. That would probably help you a lot too. Or you could pay attention to the financial sector, see what they're doing with your money. Or you could meet a girl or meet a guy, and fucking fall in love or something, or like, or you can get a pet, treat that with good love. You just be less selfish overall. You can practice listening. Let's just be silent.
Wow. Hello, everyone. That's great. I agree with everything he said. Hopefully, it was all good messages. I trusted you, man. Don't let me down. Don't make me lose any jobs.
No, I didn't
Because
say
I
anything.
agreed already.
Yeah.
All right.
This message was sponsored by Dre. So Dre, you feel hate is a no, I'm over that stuff.
Yes. Yeah,
The
man.
hate
But
game.
shit, I gotta follow up that story because that was a victorious fight story for me. And that's not fair to just leave that in the air and like I'm undefeated. I've gotten chin checked before. So a good one was I was in Georgia. It was like one of my first time. My sister moved to Georgia. This was my first time in Georgia, and there was this dude. It's so crazy. The world's a small place. There was this, I forgot homie name. It was a dude who I grew up seeing in Southside. He was
Right.
like a popular dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I would see him out here. He was just a popular nigga. He was just lit already. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the old eights and the old fives, the old fours, the old threes and all them shits. The O's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was
Lil Wayne,
popular.
Lil Wayne
When the
mixtape.
white t-shirts was it,
Yeah.
that nigga was lit, boy. He had the diamond earrings, the waves. This nigga was lit. Right? Big ass white t-shirts and the freshest uptowns you ever seen. Right? And I remember seeing him all the time out here in Southside when I was younger. And then I ain't seen him for a little bit. I ain't seen him no more. And then now my sister moves to Georgia. I go down there to visit her for a summer one time, and it turns out somehow he was related to my sister. He was related to us somehow. There was a connection somehow. It got found in Georgia.
Yeah.
So now I'm young and I see this nigga. I'm like, oh shit. My younger face was like looking at him like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like some cool nigga from the like he like that's how I'm looking at, like, oh shit. He out here. And then I'm here trying to like play like, I'm also the tough nigga from Southside.
Yeah.
Like he is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like what he is, right? And it's clear that he caught wind of that because when he introduced, now we hanging out, we in the backyard and shit. And somehow, of course, I talked my goofy ass into a slap boxing competition with him. Right? I had to find a way to do that dumb shit.
Yeah.
And we started slap boxing and smacked the fuck out of me, right? And then I get angry.
Yeah.
So now I ball my fist up and I try to punch him. And he like laugh. And then I try to punch him again. He like slips my shit and bing, caught me. I go down, I get back up. I'm like, I'm fucking raging.
Yeah.
Right? And I go after this nigga again. And then he just caught fucking so smooth, just stepped aside and right on the top of my fucking forehead, bro. Bang! Knotted my shit. I had that nice coconut. You ever get one of them good lumps?
Yeah, like a cartoon, the thing hit you.
I had one of them good ones. This one, it was one of them shits where you look at it, life lesson. Like I had a nice speed bump on my shit. And I was in the mirror. I remember when my sister came, separated us. I was over there crying. You're young, stupid. You get angry. I'm doing that dumb shit.
Yeah.
I was talking. I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do all of this shit. I ain't do a goddamn thing. I got my ass whooped and took it. Just shut the fuck. That was it. I got my ass whooped and just shut the fuck up. That was it. I ain't good. Nothing happened. There was no part two. There was no rematch. I got fucked up and I sat the fuck down. Figured out that I was good at drawing shit for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I learned that lesson early. My dad came
Yeah,
home.
a couple times I had to get that one. That wasn't
Yeah.
the only time.
Well, yeah, with me is.
I had a hard head, man.
I don't. My dad came home with boxing gloves.
Whoo! My dad had to give me one of those too. Yup.
But he made me and my brother fight. He was
Thank
like,
God for the universe giving me all these good lessons.
that's not an ass whooping, son. That's a lesson.
It's a good time, man. I turned out fine. I'm lit.
Yeah, my dad came home with boxing gloves, made me and my brother fight. I think part of him was like, I'm gonna figure out who I'm gonna put my effort into.
That's hilarious.
My fucking brother knocked me out, and I was like, you know what? I like reading, and there's
That's-
nothing wrong with reading. I will fight with my mind,
bro. Sir. For real, people, you can see that's one thing that is fucking evident, man. You can see so many people who ain't never felt repercussions. You never experienced a repercussion.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people aren't intelligent enough to see the lessons they're not hearing, so they can't see the lessons that life is giving them when they're giving it to them. So we needed physical reinforcement. When I got my physical reinforcement, I had to get them a couple times to get it. I got it condensed. I used to get into a lot of fucking fights, a lot of altercations. The universe was giving me some life lessons in a short amount of time, bro. Like, I got into more fights than some grown ass men in their lives, fam. Like, for real, for real.
Yeah.
I've been hit in the face a couple times. And I've also hit people in the face a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had exchanges. Ain't no fucking glory stories. It's just some shit that had to happen. I had to get busy. I wouldn't learn the other way. So I had to learn the physical way. But luckily enough, I didn't have to go past that to get the lesson. So I it's like you can see that in so many adults where it's like, wow, you didn't listen. You're not listening when the world is talking, the universe talking to you. You're not listening to the subtle lessons. Yeah. And you nobody's ever afforded you a physical lesson either. It's a shame, bro. Like, everybody need to know what it feel like. Just in case you're not paying attention to the world's lessons, you need to understand there's some physical shit too, because you're not listening, yo. You keep talking reckless. Somebody
we need this.
Chin check you.
We need this for like we need it for like even just fat people too. Like, they eat the extra slice of pizza. We just need Mike Tyson to pop out, hit him in the chest, and be like, "That's what you're gonna feel like." I don't want to eat pizza now. Every time I think about pizza, I think about getting punched in the chest.
Son, as you say that, I remember, because like, eating your feelings is a real thing.
100%, yeah.
Eating your feelings is a real thing. People don't like. This is why nobody don't look down on drug users, because, man, education is a wild thing. Intelligence is so crazy. Knowing stuff, just knowing something. Because if you understood what 2 grams of salt could do to somebody, dopamine and serotonin and all of this shit,
20 grams of sugar.
Bro, if you know what that could do to you, don't look at nobody that smoke weed crazy, that fucking smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, whatever the fuck. You wasn't on their journey. You don't get it. Like, I'm not saying do something to harm yourself, but also people got to understand what's going on, including the ones doing it. Everybody needs to fully understand things.
Yeah.
Your chip addiction is bad as this person's cigarette shit.
I know that, you know that, but when you try and tell that to someone, like, I was telling someone, literally, I was like, bro, I gotta quit trail mix. Like, cause I got
Chips was gonna take me to go see somebody early.
yeah,
Chips.
like
If I had trust me, Chips got his eye out for me.
trail mix with the M&Ms in them. I was like, I gotta quit this shit. I was like, the sugar's gonna kill me, man. I don't know. And then this girl was like, she's like, nigga, I quit cocaine. What you talking about trail mix for? I was like, that's what I'm like, you don't hear it, but mine is even more. The reason mine is worse is because
it's acceptable.
It's acceptable, and I've been addicted to it since I was a child.
Because it's socially acceptable, and it's almost celebrated.
Yeah.
Because this is what America is. This is what you're gonna get when you come to America. People be shitting on America. Like, oh, this is a shitty country, whatever the fuck. America is this. You gonna get you a cell phone and some snacks.
Yeah.
No matter how I'm so like people. This is why nobody. This is the wildest shit about when people look refugees and understanding what the world and life is. You're gonna have you some snacks and a cell phone. And the thing is, if you have snacks and a cell phone, you don't understand how fucking good you doing already.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Already. You've been winning for mad long. You've been winning for everybody you look up to had less than you have right now when they did the shit that you looking up to them for.
I use the virus as an example. Like, we were kind of like the last place to really get it, and we the first niggas with all the vaccines. Like, I know people in Italy that are like, wait, you guys don't have the vaccine yet? You motherfuckers had coronavirus a whole couple months before we even had it. And they're like, no, we're still waiting. Because It's America. America's like, anytime we come calling, motherfuckers answer that call real quick because they know America pays. So like, yeah, we'll give you whatever you want because we got to get this economy going. So even that vaccine, like even people who are like, I don't want to take the vaccine. I go like, I get you don't want to take the vaccine, but at the same time, you got to realize like the fact that you have the choice to not take the vaccine
is something crazy.
Like if you see the numbers they putting up in India right now, like 200,000 a day.
Wow.
Like, yeah,
this is what I'm saying. Like everybody's not experiencing the pandemic the same. Yo, my heart go out to India. That's crazy.
Oh, India is like on fire right now. Like they don't even have enough oxygen. They got people hoarding the oxygen tanks. It's like no help, because like, they're just poor. They're poor brown people. They don't care. Their own government is like, these people they're like, cannon fodder, I remember watching the show. They were like, if you're cannon fodder, there's only one way out. And that's to shoot that motherfucker out. That's it. It's shit. And that's the truth. It's like you're starting to realize how, even with this virus, when they were calling everyone essential workers, I was like, you mean slaves, nigga. That's what an essential worker is. Like you can't stop. Yeah, you can't stop. If you stop, then the rest of this shit quits working. And if you stop, we're not going to pay you for it. You are a slave. So keep going to work. Doesn't matter if you die. Doesn't matter if you get sick.
Wow.
You're going to keep going. They just called it a different term. That's when I was like,
man, this is the thing, yo. When people be talking about how they're having a bad day and all this, y'all depressed. And like, I understand feeling depression, feeling sad and all of that. But it's when my times, this is where I got myself out of my shit, is like, the times I was sad, bro, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't looking. I was just unaware. Like I've reached a point right now, bro, that my neighborhood look different. I could almost describe it like I moved.
Yeah.
But I didn't move. It's just that I'm using my eyes different, it feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like my brain is legit. I feel like I'm operating differently. I'm just giving myself a chance to not be a piece of shit. Seeing what the roads of my piece of shitness was. Like, all right, here's the things that piece of shit Dre do to activate full on I ain't shit.
Yeah.
And then I would start to I somehow started to pay attention to when I would do it. And I'll be like, all right, this is one of the things that I'm doing. Okay, I'll write it down and I'll write down how I felt. And I'm like, all right, That's the piece of shit me.
Right.
And I'll record it. I'll write the day, the time.
Yeah.
And I just kept doing it and then sometimes what would happen is I'll be a piece of shit. And then I'll see like a collection of days thick of piece of shit. And I'm like, fuck, that's mad days me and piece of shit. Wow, that's so many days right there. And that's just the ones that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta do something different. I gotta start doing something different. I'm wilding. I gotta be different. So I just like started just trying to do different shit. And the biggest thing was like not judging myself. So I looked at a lot of like skateboarding stuff, like things that required you to fuck up right away.
Yeah.
So I like, as a kid, I skateboarded, and then now I'm in comedy. I practiced martial arts as a kid. All of these things require immediate you fuck up, and you got to face it. So I'm like, I got to apply that to my life.
Yeah.
I just got to get cool with being like, all right, this is the path of how to not be a piece of shit. I just got to walk it. When I fuck up, don't wild out on myself. Just shut the fuck up, Dre. Slow down. You don't know stuff. Just shut up. The best thing you could do, Dre, just shut the fuck. This is how I be talking to myself. I'm like, I'll be by myself. I'm like, yo, bro, just shut the fuck up.
I realize that.
Don't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Just, you don't know what to do with yourself, clearly. So just don't do nothing. I would just have times while I turn off all of my electronics. Because I'm like, I'm not using stuff right. I'm not using me right. I'm not using the things around me right. Turn off the computer. Turn off the fucking vaporizer. Turn off the everything. Xbox, everything off. Because I'm being a bum. Off. So shut my connection off so I can't be a bum to other people.
When we were talking earlier about the virus and I was like, I saw it coming, there was an epiphany later on when I was like, I saw it coming, but how come I didn't take advantage of this? Because I was so worried about telling other people something was coming that I didn't even use my own brain to go like, as I like to say, the evil brain and go, okay, nigga, like, if this is happening, the stock market's about to go down. How do I make money off of this? Like, take the $1,400, put it into a stock, and then by the end of this shit, it'll go back up. Which has happened. Like, I don't know, like the stock market's the highest it's ever been. But I had that epiphany myself too, where I was like, all I gotta do is remind myself, like, you can't help anybody. You can only help yourself. Like, even your mom, you like, I'm trying to get her into this exercise. But then later on, she's like, I don't want to do this shit. But you
and
realize,
the worst thing to do, dude, is to try to like define yourself as the savior.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you?
Exactly.
This is your first time here too. You can't save. You're not a savior. You're a comrade.
Yeah.
You can help a buddy. That's it. We comrades. It's the same thing for all of us. None of us is generals or nothing. Comrades. Yeah. At most.
I felt like
nobody's an authority.
Yeah, when the big tsunami's coming, I was just the first nigga to turn around and look and be like tap like my
yo, you see this?
Yeah, tsunami. You know, I felt like that person. I wasn't, and then I started thinking about like, yeah, how can I change this shit? How can I use? Because I like getting news and information, and I'm like, well, if I like that, I might as well start applying that to shit that could actually like help me.
Yeah, you know? And that's like, the other thing too, where like what you said, that was like very like self-aware, where I just started to discover how to do that, where I was like starting to figure out how I was funny, or even like starting to figure out not even how I was funny, just like what am I capable of doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like what am I capable of doing? And then to go a step further and be like, if I'm capable of doing that, why am I capable of doing that? And then go from there and like just be like, all right, I gotta act on these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost it's like a responsibility. I see it as like I gotta act on these things. and just try to do my part.
You're the only person I think I've ever met that you have something that I think most men would want, which is female attention, and you don't abuse it.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
Like you could just be a complete fuckboy.
I
You could just
could
be on
be.
stage and be like, and you know something. That's the thing. You know some. You know the behavior, but you have a lot of self restraint, and you go, "There's got to be something deeper than this, something better than this."
You know what it is too? I feel like I have a lot of I grew up with sisters,
Right.
and all my sisters have daughters. So I just grew up a lot around a lot of
Women.
women. So of course my sisters have female friends,
Yeah.
and then sometimes female friends have daughters. And then my sister, like the jobs. So sometimes certain jobs have more women around it. So some offices, hair salons. So I was just around a lot of women, a lot.
Yeah.
And in my young brain, now this is all new thoughts, new operation, new software download, Andre. I see it as like before, I was just operating. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Get up, go to school,
things
career, go this.
were trying to protect me from being a full on dumbass, from trying to like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like for real, something other than me was stopping me from ruining it all.
Yeah.
I wasn't the one stopping myself. I wasn't some genius at
Yeah.
16. I wasn't some genius at 20 something.
Yeah.
Nah. Like today is Thursday, 3/21. I'm right now smarter right now than I was at this time last year. I'm not taking no response. I would take responsibility for all my actions, but I'm saying like for my growth, I'm saying like the fact that I didn't fuck my life up,
Yeah.
like that's why I'm saying I believe in God, because it's like, yo, that shit. When I like teleport into certain times where I'm like, yo, I remember that, I remember this, I remember that. Wow, I could have died. I
Yeah.
was really that close to not being here, yo. Like I had a couple moments where I was like, wow, that wasn't the first time I had a knife at my fucking neck. That wasn't the first time I seen a gun shown to me. Wow. Like there's just moments where I was just like going, bro, got jumped, and I'm like, fucking wow. I
I
could
believe
have
in
been up out of here.
I believe in God because nigga, I couldn't pass trigonometry.
Hey, bro, even
I was
that
like,
getting me out of
yeah.
school. Shout
Yeah.
out to I remember this nigga I cheated off of for math.
Yeah.
It was like an angel sat next to me, nigga.
Yep. 100%.
Bro. And it's like the universe configured. The
Yeah.
teacher, something happened where the teacher had to change.
Yeah.
The dude who was wild alert military nigga walked out the room. He had to go. And then some other nigga came in with a newspaper, sat down, and was like, hey, none of that bullshit. Take the test. All right, then. Put his newspaper up, and I swear to God, bro, in like 40 seconds, nigga fell smooth asleep.
And you were like, thank you, God. I
I
know
was
what you
like,
want me to
oh
do.
shit, y'all really want your boy to be something. Okay.
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like before, like right now, I'm more conscious of my operation.
You're more conscious of the fact that, and I've thought about this pandemic, you're not an individual. Like you are an individual, but you rely on other people. Like
This is a fucking community project, nigga. I'm a team win.
Yeah, you're part of a team. Like
I attribute a lot. Yo, I don't play no bullshit where I'm like, it's me. Nah, nigga. I'm funny because of my upbringing, my background, my family, my mama, my
Yeah.
dad, my sister, my nieces, my I'm funny because of where I come from.
Yeah.
I'm funny because of my people.
Yeah.
Like if it's a recipe to get this shit, like my experiences, the
Mm-hmm.
place I was born, the people I was born into, that's the only reason I got this fucking thing that I got. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm not tricking. I'm not even going to allow myself to trick myself into thinking, oh, I am Dre. I've ha ha ha. Whatever the fuck, nigga.
But that's how, I don't want to say like everyone, but like that's kind of how the American lifestyle is, which is
They
you,
want you to do that, which is
and they want you to be
foolishness,
you
man.
above everyone else. Well, it's like, well, if everyone else decides to stop picking up your trash, let's see how well you do. It's like you rely on someone else that you don't even know is there to do some shit for you. You
For
rely on the
real.
train to show up on time.
For real, son.
Like train don't show up, how you gonna get to Brooklyn? You're not walking there.
For real.
But people don't see that. It's just like, oh no, I work,
Yo,
I take care of myself. I'm an independent woman or independent man. It's like, no, you're not. You're
bro,
dependent.
I
Yeah.
remember there was like a time where I started like comedy started to change for me some more.
Mhm.
And then like the things that I was like expected to do started to change. So like, even in something as similar as hanging out, the expectations of being places and you know certain hours of the night and the morning and shit like that,
Yeah.
and even having the access and the option available to that type of stuff. And I was like, that's really fortunate and everything. And I'm looking and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see like there's some change happening to me.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was listening to podcasts a lot at the time. And I remember Derek Gaines was doing a podcast with Mia, fuck, I forgot her last, Mia, black woman,
Where is she?
mad funny. Huh?
Black? She's black?
Yeah. And I remember her first name is Mia, but I'm slipping on the last name. I'm fucking up. But he said she was talking about like how she was talking about her time coming up, and he was like, I think I like talking about like how like there's like a change where your new normal, like, yeah, you go home at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
That's regular for you now.
Yeah.
It was that type of sentiment they were talking about.
Yeah.
I was driving home from a night of comedy,
Yeah.
right? I did like 3 or 4 sets that night. Then I ate a little bit of food, hung out, had, you know what I'm saying, chopped it up a little bit, and then now I'm driving home, and it was like three something 4 a.m. in the morning,
Yeah.
and I'm listening to them on a podcast, and it was Monroe Martin and Derek Gaines podcast, and I'm hearing them talk about that transition of the new normal. And I was like, oh shit, that's happening right now. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't aware of it until I heard it. I was like, for mad nights in a row. I just got fired from my fucking job. The reason
Yeah.
I got fired is because I had a night of comedy go right.
Uh,
A night of comedy went correctly,
yeah.
and and it ended up resulting in me missing, not waking up on time to go to my day job,
Yeah.
which got me fired. I had for the first time, I had 3 spots on a Friday night
Yeah.
that were like, don't fuck these up spots.
Yeah.
These the spots that when you say I'm gonna be a comedian, this the shit you was looking for
Yeah.
spots. And I had 3 of those motherfuckers lined on the same night.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. And then I remember that day I did a podcast. So it was like a comedian's day.
Yeah.
And I felt like a comedian. And then I did the shows, and I'm fucking crushing, getting paid, crushing, getting paid, crushing. And I'm like, and then I call Nico.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit. And he's like laughing because this nigga's used to this. This is what he does for years now.
Yeah.
And he's seeing me make the transition into the lifestyle. And it's, of course, he's laughing. And I'm oh shit. And then Riley was around. Riley called Riley. Riley watched the second set. So me and Riley was there. I called Nico. He's up there. So me, Riley, and Nico go to the Green Kitchen, right? Now we all hanging out at the Green Kitchen after my sets. Riley had his night. Nico had his night. And we just hanging out. And then I get home. This is a regular stint I've been doing for mad long, since I had the same job. I get home at like 3:30, 4 a.m. I set my 6 alarms, my regular schedule. I find a good parking spot. I set 6 alarms. This is the shit I do every time, bro. I didn't get home at a weird hour or nothing. I set the 6 alarms, my regular schedule. Boom. I'm not drunk. I am not nothing. I am regular Andre.
Yeah.
I go to bed, and then I wake up, and it's 12:40 something. I got 500 missed calls.
Damn.
Not one alarm went off. They're all set.
Yeah.
None of them went off, bro. This is some weird universe shit. And then the boss is like, you're fucking out of here, nigga. And I wasn't mad at him. I'm like, I get it. I fucked your job. I fucked your whole operation up.
The umpire was like, you're out of here.
I'm fucking out of here. But the reason I got fired was because the night of the thing I'm pursuing went correctly.
Right.
It went ideally. So it was like, what? This is crazy. So that alteration, but then what would happen is, this is the whole thing about the appreciation I was trying to say is, I'll be driving home at these crazy ass hours, 4 a.m, fucking 5:30. I'm coming home.
Yeah.
Fucking 3:47. This is regular nights I'm coming home now on a regular basis all the time. Yeah. And then I would see construction. These are the hours you would see work happening. You see the Mack trucks out. You see the big rigs, the motherfuckers that's making transport go down, construction. And I would see all of this, and I'll be like, yo, I'll be in my car driving on some, taking my hat off, like, because I used to work moving furniture. Yeah. So I'm like, y'all making the earth happen. Yeah. I understand my role into like continue helping people with morale, and I can help bring people with like my experience can help them with something. And I understand my role, like how it has purpose and how I can serve the people. I can be of service to the community. But I also understand if homeboy not feeling good and he driving that truck and like if we don't have him, if sister, we don't have her at the teaching the kid, if we don't have, this whole shit just start to crumble.
It falls apart.
This whole shit, and it's like the people that be walking with the fucking and it's like, yo, you don't even understand. When you eat your stupid ass sandwich, you better kiss that goddamn sandwich before you bite it, motherfucker. The amount of people it took to get your goofy ass that sandwich. Yeah. The amount of people it took to get that fucking sandwich to your funk fast lips.
And if it has any pork or anything else in it, the amount of animals it took.
Oh my God, the amount of energy it took to get that to you. Yep. You better realize you ain't got no problems. Say thank you and shut your stupid ass mouth. And when I say that, I'm saying that to myself as well. Shut the fuck up.
I'm glad to hear you say that, man. I was wrong. I was wondering. I really was. I was like, out of anyone, I was like, you had just did the Tonight Show before this all happened, and I was like, oh my
Bro,
god, Dre's about to take off. That's what I remember thinking. Like, Dre's about to blow up. I'm not gonna know Dre anymore.
fuck
And this,
that. I remember like I did it and everything, and then the pandemic is happening, and then my management, shout out to the squad, Jamie, Adam, Carly, shout out to the squad, shout out to the fucking squad, right? So they called me at
mm,
Authentic, right? They called me up and they're like, yo, like feeling like damn, yo, I got feel for you, you know what I'm saying? Like you just did
yeah,
this, it was fucking great, and then this happens, mad shit changed.
right.
You know, the projections that was already projected, they were like, yo, we don't even know what to fucking do right now. Like
Yeah.
the people that's supposed to have the answers was like just shit. And then I
Watch.
remember,
Stay
and
happy.
this is not me being no genius or nothing. This is
Yeah.
probably something bigger than me helping me out again. Cause I said to the squad, I was like, yo, I got to do it right though.
Yeah.
I got the full experience.
Yeah.
Bro, I live in the hood, or was deemed as the hood, was looked as, you know what I'm saying? When you tell people you
Yeah.
live in South Side, people go, oh shit. Blah, 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 blah. So like I live where I live in a fucking truck, blacked out truck, pulled up to my address. You know what I'm saying? Like my day got to be the day of the shit that a little kid dream about. Like
Yeah.
I woke up, I rolled, I put on music. I remember I just started to like try to practice meditation and shit. So like I woke up like the goals like, all right, this is how you have a good day. I meditated, I got high, I fucking smoked, meditated, I rolled the big ass joint. I rolled two big goofy ass joints. And then I put them in tubes, like, all right, I'm gonna do this after I
Yeah.
fucking ba da 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 da, right? And then I put that, and then I'm doing my thing, and then my phone ring, and it's like, hey, just checking with you, how you feeling? The fucking network I grew up watching is calling me. NBC is calling me, huh? Like this, it's stupid. So like, I was able to see at that time what was going on.
Yeah.
I was able to function correctly. Something helped me out to be able to function correctly so I could see what was going on. I got to experience the movie of this shit, the fantasy.
Right.
The thing came, big goofy ass truck came, pick me up. A network I grew up watching is calling my cell phone.
Yeah.
You know, it's how goofy that shit sound. Calling me. My people pay to watch cable so I can see this shit.
Yeah.
Calling me up. How you feeling, buddy? Send it. I'll get picked up. They driving me through the shit. I'm in the trunk. I'm drinking. They got all kind of snacks. I told you, you're gonna get a cell phone plan and some snacks, nigga.
Yeah.
I got cell phone and I got snacks galore, nigga. Right? US of A. Right? I got the snacks out and I'm in the truck. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm filming myself. This shit don't even feel real. I get to the thing, the whole shit happened. I got to do it the way I watched it be done.
Yeah.
And fantasize. So then and then after I got the experience of, oh, you did the thing. So I got to go to Denver and then do the NACA convention and perform there. And I got to fly on a plane. Corona going on this whole time. I'm on a plane, fucking talking to some white woman from Denver, making friends. What, girl? Where you live? That's crazy. I'm from New York. I'm blah blah. Fucking being goofy as shit. She giving me directions of how to get through Colorado. She's a native. All right. Bang bang, and I'm doing this whole goofy shit. I'm getting picked up from the airport with money that was given to me from a network I grew up watching. They pick me up, drive me to my hotel. This shit's all goofy. I'm getting dropped off to a hotel where they know me already. It's just dumb. So all this is happening. I come back to New York. People give a fuck that I came back. People gave a fuck that I left. I'm fortunate that people give a fuck.
Yeah.
the fact that people gave a fuck, I appreciate every fuck given, because that's not easy.
Yeah.
I very much so appreciate every single fuck given. Like people, anybody gave a fuck, I appreciate you gave a fuck. So that happens. I get to people, hey, you want to do my show? You want to do my show? You want to do? I got to do that, and then the earth stopped for a little bit, and then I got to experience the pandemic the way I had to experience it, which was another fortunate thing. So at no point, if I'm able to function with my correct eyes, could I say something went wrong for me. I'm lucky, mad lucky, mad lucky. I got nothing to complain about. If I ever complain, it's because I'm not thinking correctly.
It reminds me of like when LeBron James lost against Dallas, and then they were like, "How do you feel about losing, LeBron?" And he was like, "I'm still LeBron James." He's like, "I'm rich as fuck. I'm black. I got a big ass dick. I cheat on
Come
my wife.
on,
He
bro.
doesn't care." It's like
For
my life is
real.
great. He's like, what do you want me to say? He's like, "Yeah, it sucks. I
Come on.
lost,
I got
but
me
my
a
life is
good
still
woman. I
better
got
than
a
all
fit.
of
Like,
yours."
what the fuck am I? Come on. I can't even talk, bro. If I'm trying, if I for real, if I said something negative, if I was speaking and it sounded like I was aiming try to hurt somebody's feelings, I wasn't operating right. I was bugging the fuck out.
Word.
My apologies. My shit wasn't functioning.
Yeah,
I ain't had the right software yet.
the windshield wipers weren't on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that.
Shit different, man.
I feel that this has made that same thing for me, where it's like, you know, before it was always kind of like a very, I call it American attitude of like, before you even start comedy, you want to know you're funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's like being funny is like a religious calling.
Yeah.
Like you feel that shit. You're like, I know I'm funny. It's like some shit. Like you basically saying like, I know I'm funny because like life has shown me or God has shown me I'm funny. I know it. And then you get up there and you start doing it. And then you start doing it, and then you start going from, okay, I want to be funny, because then now you got that affirmation of I'm funny,
Mm-hmm.
to then you go to, I want something from this funny. And that's where it gets very scary of like wanting something from the funny.
The
It's like
scary.
when a priest is up there and they're like, they got jets and shit. It's like, this was at first a calling, like,
Mm-hmm.
that you were
The
supposed to be doing.
scary. People don't understand the scary. I've been, you know the scary.
Yeah.
When you by yourself and you like, yo, I don't even know. It feel the best way to describe it is a lot of my understandings of life come from anime. Anime raised me in a lot. You ever seen the sequence of a character is running across some type of bridge that isn't there but is there if the mind is right or if you have faith or some type of shit? Like
Yeah.
the floor appears only
Yeah.
if you whatever the fuck, and that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
That's the best analogy to what it feels like for me in my pursuit of this thing. It feels like it's something in me telling me what to do, and me being like, huh, but there's like a other me that's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I should listen to this me.
Yeah.
And
Faith.
this me is like, motherfucker, go that way. And I'm like, I'm scared.
Yeah. It's faith. That's
That's what it feel like.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't think there can ever be any comedian that's truly a fucking atheist. I'm like, because this whole calling of doing this is fake. Like,
Man, I
you
don't
just,
understand atheism. I don't even know if I said it right. I don't think I did. But hey, bro, I don't get it.
yeah,
I can't identify with it. My experiences won't let me. This is not hey, that's the for real. That's the best way I could put it.
I
My
get it.
life won't even allow me to be like, ain't no God, ain't no nada, or it won't even allow me to be like it's just Dre. I can't, yo.
I get it.
I can't even if I ever did that, that mean my shit not functioning, my guy. It's not functioning.
Yeah, you turning off a part of your antenna that's like,
Yeah, like for real. If that starts to be my sentiment, that means something one of my connections got broke, bro.
The HDMI cord is not
For real,
hollow.
something not plugged right. If I start talking like that,
Yeah.
something not correct.
Well, that's an appreciation you have that, you know, again, it's a thing of like, people who don't have a lot of money, it's like you understand that. But there's a reason you've never ever seen a billionaire's son become a pastor. Because to them, like the money is
Is
God.
God.
Yeah, they
Yep.
don't need anything other than that because they go, well, when I have this, everybody else does what I want. So what do I need the other stuff? Like more could I need than that? You
Bro,
know?
I have this email thing. I have
Yeah.
mad emails shit that I use to like read in the email.
Yeah.
So one of them, it uses things like it picks up people's questions
Mm-hmm.
and then you read what people ask the server. So I just do it so I could just see what people in the world are asking. What is on people's minds, you know?
Yeah.
And this person, I've seen one email where the question goes, is spirituality for losers? And then an answer goes, in short, yes. And then it goes, I'll explain her some shit, and then it has the read more option. But
Right.
I did not read more. Uh because they gave me the answer to the thing. And I went and then I looked to just be sure about the read more.
Yeah.
He he confirmed the sentence. It wasn't like a misdirect of
Yeah.
it's totally stupid if you think stupid is connecting to a higher power, learning what love is. It wasn't like that.
It's the
It
flip flop.
was it was legitimately like, yeah, this is for losers. Because in my experience, I met a bitch that da 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 da. She a loser. Da 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 da. He a loser. It was like that. So when I seen it, it made me go, for that person to ask that, that's it's a really funny thing because it's like it's 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 not even optional. You have one. It's like you if people die and then the body's there and then it doesn't do anything anymore once that the breathing mechanism part leaves,
Yeah.
that must mean something made the thing move.
Yeah.
So people that love to talk about, well, I love obvious and science. Well, all right, fucker, science obvious.
Yeah.
Why it stop moving? Because even if you can administer death in a way where it keeps all natural functions, which is how they do organ transplants. They can have a healthy body that doesn't function anymore.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, what caused the animation? Even the term reanimation exists for a purpose. Animation exists for a purpose. Like people
Yeah.
don't understand the function and the full anatomy of the words. So it's like something's there.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, bro. If that's where you if your question is spirituality for losers, it's because that's where your current understanding is.
Yeah. I mean, even the question of like, is it for losers? And it's like, well, then what's for winners? Being greedy?
Yeah, like
Earth killing
that's
motherfuckers? Like, what is for winners? Like, that's the question, really. Is like, what's your idea of losing versus winning? Like, is
yeah,
$1 billion or Jeff Bezos having $60 billion, is that winning? Because at a
for
certain
real.
point, like, nigga, what are you doing with the money other than just sitting on top of it?
It does for real, bro. Like the illest thing I heard, this just stuck in my brain. One of them things I'll never forget. Mike Epps said in some I forgot what it was. I was watching with him, but he said, I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna try to say it like him because I want to, but I'm gonna fuck it up. He was like, I don't want all the money. I just want a little bit. Or like I just want some of it or something like that. It
Yeah,
was a
like
sentiment of, huh?
how do you win at life?
But as the thing, I think the way to win at life is a community-based thing.
Right.
It's a community-based thing. Like, I remember the way, like, thinking, like old ways of thinking, bro, versus new ways of thinking, versus like how to view people
Yeah.
and how to view commodities. And what is the commodity? Like, what is actually the currency? What's the actual currency here? What's actually important? Like,
Yeah.
I remember at one point you would think that, like, the sex was important, or you would think the 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 fucking going to the party was important, or a certain pair of shoes was important. But it's like
Yeah.
none of these things have any like fucking value. Even how things become cool. This is why so-called celebrities or whatever get free shit, is because they're viewed as cool,
Yeah.
and that's what we're selling. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the commodity, the thing that's important is like people.
Yeah.
Like, you got to really learn how to appreciate like people, what people could do, people, human beings,
I
like
think.
the full fucking scope. When a
Yeah.
lady served me my food, bro, I say thank you. At the grocery store, I look at her, thank you. I fucking, I ain't trying to play myself no more, yo.
Yeah. We were for a year, each of us locked in our own heads, like beyond just our own apartments. And
Yeah.
we were told that other people are potentially dangerous to you. Like we were looking at white ladies like they were pit bulls, where it was like this bitch might have it. I don't know. I don't even want to be near
Uh-huh.
her. But then now we're kind of getting out of that, and I think the same thing, which is like,
Not really. I feel like the option, like we're getting out of the virus view of the fear,
yeah,
but the regular societal, I ain't fucked that one up, but that view of, you know, everybody is an enemy, men versus women, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is still there.
I think
The message for men to be fearful of women and to hate women is still out there. The
I
message
think
for women
it's
to be fearful and hate men and shit, and like every it's like the war, all of that shit is still happening.
it is, but I'm starting to think it's on its last legs.
No, that's definitely true. A lot of the shit is blowing up.
Yeah,
A lot of the
like
shit is blowing up.
even the like the what's the lady who shot the black guy in Minnesota.
I
I remember
forgot. I
like
ain't even pay. Yeah, I
a
heard about
lot
it. I
of
ain't look
people
her
got
name.
really upset about it, and they tried to make it like, oh look, this white lady did this, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, look, man, I don't care what anybody says. Black men got the right to vote in this country before white women did. They don't give a fuck about them. Because they're women, and that's their mother and their sister. Like when these
Bro,
bitches were getting raped during the Me Too, I was like, again, that's their mother and their sister. If they don't give a fuck about them, they definitely don't give a fuck about me. In fact, they care more about me than they do them. That's why I'm like, this whole war of trying to get me to hate white women, I'm like, I already know they don't give a fuck about them. Their granddaddies have shown me they don't give a fuck about them. So to get me to sit here and try and look at her like she's the problem when I know who the real problem is, it's the oldest trick in the book, is to be like, this white bitch. It's like, no, it's him. He's the problem. He shouldn't be the one deciding whether or not I get to vote or she gets to vote or anyone gets to vote. And I kind of feel like for more people, it's kind of turned that way, where it's like, yeah, fuck all this, like, I'm gonna hate Muslims. Remember that shit? Like we were kids, 9/11, I'm gonna hate Muslims. I'm gonna hate Mexicans. Now it's on the wheel of fortune of racism. I'm gonna hate Asians because they gave us the virus because they hate
yeah,
that. Which is like, we're starting to smarten up to this shit. It's like, nigga, you tried this with AIDS. Like, we remember someone had sex with a monkey. Now someone ate a bat. It's like, really? You expect me to believe this same shit? Every time it's just somebody with a fucking animal. Like you couldn't even come up with who's your writers? Who wrote this shit? I could give you a better excuse than bats. Like, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. I think we're starting to kind of go like they still haven't given us a reason why this happened. But the fact that all these things are piling on each other so much faster, and we just have this thing called like this. Like if we didn't have the cell phone and the internet and the way I can talk to you right now,
bro,
we're able to like share information so quickly.
Yeah.
Like technically you will eventually pass away,
but
you will exist forever in this.
Yeah.
And people will be able to find you anytime they want and go hear your message and listen to it. That's something that never ever existed before. And somebody could look at what Dre's talking about and go like, "Oh shit, Dre's saying this, and this applies to my life right now." So it's like we're starting to see the code, like the Matrix. Like we're starting to see the little green letters.
Yeah,
and shit.
bro, it's something else.
I'm picking up on this shit. Like, oh, this is the same game they ran back with 9/11 days, where it's like you gotta hate the Muslims, and then you gotta hate the Mexicans, but now you gotta hate the Asians. It's like,
and it's like I had it was like a condensed thing because like I'm reading, and this is what I'm thinking about, like how you gotta be careful with understanding what you even learn. You know, like just reading something is not enough. Like you gotta understand and be careful with the information and what it can do to you.
Yeah.
And be careful what you allow for it to manifest in you. Like, you know, you start reading up on some facts about what happened in this country, what happened in parts of Europe, what parts of Europe did in Africa, happened in Jamaica, and like it's like it can make you angry. You can start like I forgot who said it, but basically it was a black man. It was you probably know. It's like to be an educated black man is that you're gonna be angry or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like you start learning what the fuck go down. It's like, damn, it make you feel like that's why I even struggle with the whole people of color thing.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, yeah, I have friends. I have people that I would call. I don't know, you know, I can't say how they would view me, but I would be like, yeah, that's my friend.
Yeah.
And they're Asian or they're Hindu or somebody's from Pakistan, somebody's from, you know what I'm saying, various places. And it doesn't like that doesn't register in how I'm gonna treat them.
Right.
If I'm gonna roast you, I'm roasting them. If I'm hanging out with you, it's the same. I'm giving the same experience of the Dre party.
Right.
Whatever I can give, I'm gonna give my full experience to everybody like that. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So I have that, but I also understand and know because I had the experience that was taught to me. It's the same way I've learned to have my relationship with the police. They also taught me that we don't get along.
Right.
That's the thing. It's like, this is not my idea. I came out with the fucking hands out, hey guys, hugs. And then groups were like, no, fuck you, darky. And that was the experience where it's like the people of color thing. It's like, yeah, bro, you grew up in my experience. You know what I'm saying? The Asian kid that grew up in New York City, went to school with us, you know, public school kid. You listening to the same rap music that raised us. You watching the same TV that raised us. You grew up in my culture.
Right.
So you relate to me. Right. You see me a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? You could, yo, what up? We could talk and be peoples and all of that. But you also know your uncle don't really fuck with me like that.
Yeah.
Your grandma, hey, don't really bring him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit exists.
Yeah.
And it's there, and they let you know it, bro. They look at you different. I had the experience where, you know what I'm saying? Indians, they dark.
Yeah.
They be darker than me. And they will look at, and I've had the experience where they look at me like, And it's like, what happened to POC? Down for the gang. Oh yeah. It's like
I
what
mean,
Jay-Z says, still nigga.
yeah. I
It is what it is. Peace, love, and unity to everybody.
yeah. So I get what you're saying, and the way I one up it is, even though that happens, you got to remind yourself like
Is what was taught.
what was taught, but like you're looking at the Apple One, like iPhone One, and you're looking at that message when instead you got the 12 sitting in the classroom right next to you, going, you
There's a
know, like,
different way to think. Yeah.
yeah, the
Different
kid next to
paradigm.
you is going, yeah, I know my grandma's fucking stupid. Like my grandma's old as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like my grandmother still thinks, calligraphy is like everyone should learn that shit. Like a perfect example for me is I tried to use that. I've been trying to do a bit about it, about like basically how Asians should have the N word. Like they should just take it. They should just let them have it. And most likely, I know black people are gonna get upset when I say that, but then I try and remind them that that's not our word. That's a word we took from white people, and they took it from the Spanish. So I'm like, it's only fair that we give it to the Asians. And I try and go down the history of it, where I'm like, look, just look at it this way. They have been through everything we have been through, and they've had 2 bombs dropped on them. And these niggas are still slaves today, and we wear the products from their slavery.
Yeah.
Nigga, I know what a nigga is. I know what that word means. I know you think to
that's
me,
a great fucking point, man.
It's like, oh, this is black people, we're niggas. I'm like, no. To them, we're all niggas. That's yellow nigga, that's black nigga, that's brown nigga. They didn't come up with a new word. They were like, no. All of y'all niggas.
That is fantastic.
And that's what I'm like. You just have to almost understand that. Like, if it had been a bunch of Asian people that had jumped on the Capitol riot, they would have got them.
No, I feel you. You know, the only thing that makes it be tough for me is that I feel the feeling of like, yo, I love y'all, but I feel like it hurt because it's like so many. It feel like don't love back.
Yeah, but
that's the part that makes it tough. It's like it makes me feel like I have to be like the, show the best, try to be my higher self.
What's the best way I can put? I'm trying to put this in a nice way. You have to understand,
because that hurry up and buy feeling when I'm in the store, really trying to spend my money. I made a choice to come here. I have access to Amazon. I could have bought this for cheaper, but I choose to come here because I'm trying to fuck with you, bro.
Yeah.
For real. I know who owns the store. I'm trying to fuck with you directly.
Yeah.
You in my neighborhood. I know, shorty. I see you got a black woman working here. Yeah. I'm trying to fuck with you directly on purpose.
Yeah.
But when you looking at me with the blacky, and it's like, damn, bro, I'm trying to be people with you. I'm trying to be your brother. I'm trying to be people with you, and you still downloading the old white man's thoughts. You downloading, nigga. You're not even of this. What you doing being racist to me?
It's the old, like you say, you believe in the Bible. It's the old, or Jesus. It's like, it's the old, forgive them for they know not what they do, man. Like, really, if me and you hadn't grown up in this time, in this day, in this age, we wouldn't know this shit either.
Absolutely. I'll be a fucking idiot. I was an idiot in the time that I'm in.
That's what I'm saying. If you weren't able to go on Google and figure out how to start doing the Queen Jong and all that, like if you were 1970, you would have been like, I don't know a way out.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta remember, the internet only came about in the 90s. Me and you were technically the first generation to go from books to the internet. It's like forget us. I'm talking about generations after us. What's coming? All this, I don't want to be a man. I don't want to be a woman. It's only a matter of time before it becomes, he's not black, he's not Asian, he's not white. That's just Andre. Like it's only a matter of time. If a motherfucker wants to be called they, you think I can't be called anything else besides that? But they're like, yeah, we don't identify people by their.
Like I remember seeing something where it was Morgan Freeman on something about not acknowledging, don't black man me or something like that.
60 Minutes. He was talking about.
It was something like that. I'm fucking.
He was like, how do you get rid of racism? He's like, don't talk about it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was like, and I like, yo, bro, I tease races, I tease people and everything, all of that. I be like, who can't drive and everything,
Right.
and all of that shit. But I truly like, I appreciate. I think that's why. I think that's what the real issue is, when you can't truly appreciate the culture, because it's like, all right, when you have a family member, this is how I try to look at it. You got a family member and you love them. It's your sister, your brother. You love them, but you also have, because you know them.
Mm-hmm.
There's parts of them you go, I fucking hate that about you,
Yeah.
and you still 100% see their value, love them,
Yeah.
have respect for them, don't want to see no harm happen, but you still be like, I fucking hate that thing you do.
Yeah.
And that's how I view everybody. No matter who you are, I can look at anybody in their eyes. I don't care what group you down with, whatever the fuck. That's exactly why I'm gonna make fun of you. And that's exactly why I want you to make fun of me. I want us to like, just be people, not our identifier thingies, shit, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Like, don't look at this and see Nestle. Like, it's
It's
just water.
water.
It's just
That's what I'm
water.
trying to get to, bro.
Yeah.
You're a
Don't see
genius.
Poland Spring. It's just supposed to be water. That's it. And we get so
Yeah.
wrapped up in that. We get so wrapped up in, like, most of this bottle is water, and we just see this little ribbon.
That little ribbon,
That's
man.
it. That's what we go. Oh yeah, this is what I like. It has this ribbon on it. Meanwhile, they could have just took this shit off, switched it with anything. You know what I mean?
That's exactly the fucking thing, bro.
Yeah, you're learning how to unsee.
Like the ability, like every group got to be able to do that. You should be able to look at every other group and see the whole thing. See what you love about them. See what you can't stand about them.
Mm-hmm.
See what you appreciate. See what you can learn. See all of that, because that's how you treat it. That's how you really be fair with a whole human.
Yeah,
Because you give them the same rule book. It's the same playbook.
yeah. And that's how you get shot by the government. Is when you start saying that, they're like, okay, this nigga's figured out the code. He's got to go.
Fuck.
Gotta go. Yeah.
All right, my bad. I hate everybody. Hate, hate, hate. Hate, 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 hate.
As soon as you start saying, like, hey man, you know what? I think we really all join together.
I don't like Asians. I don't like gays. I don't like Jews. I don't like white people. I don't like black people. Don't like anybody, because hate, 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 hate.
You got it. So you start talking love. That's when it's like, you know.
Don't like the lesbians. Don't like the trans. Don't like people that likes. Don't like people that like food. Don't like vegans. Hate, 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 hate. Eat a burger today, bitch. Bow.
That's when you start saying,
Get a gun, shoot something.
Yeah.
Start shooting shit. Blow up something today. How about that? Yeah. Fire. More pain. Yeah. Woo.
More Capitol riots.
Fuck. All right, man. Wow. I think I learned a lot.
Me too.
I learned a lot. That's what I got. I got a full education out of this. I appreciate you, my brother. I learned a lot.
Thanks for having me.
This was a goodie. That was a fucking goodie. Damn, son. Anything you would like to tell the people? Anything you would like to promote, my good brother?
The only thing I would like to promote is be appreciative.
Facts. That's what I need to do all day, every day. I need to do that all the time.
Take a day
all the time
and appreciate some shit. Even if it's a person on the train and you see them, just look at something about them and go, I like that about them.
I need to do that more.
I like that they got those glasses. I like that they got that bag. I like that she stands that way. Just say something nice in your head.
I'm going to do these things. That's the message I'm taking away from this episode.
Word.
I, Andre D. Thompson, will begin to appreciate things more every single day in my life. That's the message today.
Word. Oh, let's go to a museum. Guy. You want to go to a museum? I'm ready.
What you said?
Let's go to a museum too.
Fuck yes. I'm
Yeah.
down to do that too. And I gotta get some flicks of you, bro. Gotta get you. I'm gonna send you the zine, the thing that I make.
Right.
Get you in that. Yeah. Get some shots with you, man.
I'm ready.
But word, that's been the episode, people. Appreciate you for listening. Alex Payne, Andre D. Thompson, South Theory. Shout out to y'all. Yeah.
Shut the heck